20 minutes apiece. Fuck.
I gotta get invested in a whole goddamn universe. I'm already watching Star Wars and Marvel.
It's 2 hours of your day, buddy.
That's a lot of time. That's time I could be setting up my new computer.
6 episodes, 20 minutes apiece. You could watch them on your new computer, as a matter of fact. Test out the old Hulu on this laptop.
I can't watch shit on my computer. I can't stand that.
I used to all the time.
All right, let's
my daughter is like, can I get Netflix on my phone? I'm like, no, you can't get Netflix on your fucking phone. What do you want on your phone? I want to watch it. I'm like,
have a cinematic experience.
Yeah, I said the best I can do is tablet. You can get it on your tablet, but you're not getting it on your phone. That's ridiculous.
One emergency.
Yes, I'd like to report a stolen vehicle. My wife said that she took it, she's selling it, and she's keeping the money, and I can off.
Okay, so it's not a stolen vehicle.
Yes, it is a stolen vehicle because it's not in her name; it's in my name.
Okay, where are you now, sir?
What gives her the right to confiscate my vehicle, sell it, and say she's keeping the money?
Okay, unfortunately, if you guys are married.
She just filed for divorce on October 18th.
Okay, I understand, sir, and I understand you're frustrated, but there's also laws that have to go when people are married. This is more of a domestic.
So can I go home now and steal her car?
It wouldn't be stealing, so.
Well, I just heard the news today. It seems my wife has gone and changed. She put her hand on the Quran. She begins to pray for the downfall of me and the USA. My car's been stolen. She sold it online and won't give me any fucking money. My car's been stolen. My car's been stolen.
WFOD starts now.
Welcome to this thing we call the Wfod. My name is Mike. I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Drunkard STL on the Twitters.
So I done did it.
You did it?
Yeah, probably a week too early, but that's okay.
What'd you do, bud?
Me and the lady went and bit the bullet and saw Jurassic World, as we were.
Oh, man.
So,
back, please.
I will say, probably better than 37% that it's getting.
Drunk. Can I introduce Travis?
Yeah, sure.
You fired out of a cannon, drunk. Fired out of a cannon. Guys, Travis is here. Hi, Travis.
Hey, buddies.
The phone number to contact the show is 636-487-HAND or WFOD show on Skype. Drunk. So they live in the world now, right?
They just live in the world.
The dinosaurs, they're out there in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, it's their dominion? Is that what we're... is that what
so,
the title refers
they're out in the world, Travis. They're the dinosaurs.
So, you know, what I thought was the stupidest plot point of the last movie.
Okay.
Which was the little girl that's the clone of the doctor or whatever. She's like the main plot of this movie. It's like...
Does she have the secrets?
Yeah, because
Do
she's...
the dinosaurs kidnap her? And, like, they have to get her back?
No, but, you know, the bad people always...
Oh.
The bad people want this girl.
Right.
And, you know who works for the bad people?
The Asian guy.
The Asian guy, exactly.
Right.
Wormed his way in all 6 movies. Good for him. He's got to make buku money just off those 6 movies.
So real quick, I have not seen the second Jurassic World. What is the plot point with this cloned gal? Like, how does the second one tie to the first one?
So,
besides the fact that Chris Pratt is in it.
The guy that created Jurassic Park, the Attenborough guy.
Yep.
His daughter's a doctor.
Yep.
She died young.
Okay.
But she made a clone of her and carried
She used
her.
she used the dinosaur technology to make a clone of herself?
Yes. And self-carried her. So she carried herself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
I must not have been paying attention to that movie, Travis. I don't remember any of this.
Well, no, we find that out in movie 3. So
oh, okay, so you're spoiling.
Yeah,
Spoiling right away.
it's fucking Jurassic Park. What's there?
Yeah, I want to see dinosaurs eat people.
Exactly.
This clone and stuff don't give a shit. But show me dinosaurs.
But apparently, this doctor did things the right way with her genetics as opposed to the way they're doing things the wrong way with the dinosaur genetics or whatever.
Oh.
So
so they figured it out. So now they can make better dinosaurs.
With her DNA,
right?
They can figure out, what's wrong with the other dinosaurs.
Oh, good. So now we can make more of these movies, right?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
So they figure that if they just extract the little girl, or is she a little girl, or is she just is a full grown?
So in the second movie she's 10, in this movie she's 14.
Okay, so this 14-year-old girl, her DNA apparently has the code to make sure that all these dinosaur clones.
So she can never get sick.
Work out.
She's
Dino
from, like all
DNA
illnesses and all that other stuff.
So so they really want the dinosaurs to not be able to get sick and shit.
Right.
Okay.
Well, they spliced the old dinosaurs with like Komodo dragon and lizard and frog DNA.
Yeah.
Well, now they just want it to be pure dinosaur DNA.
Drunk.
So did you like it, Drunk?
So tell me, did they create a dinosaur human hybrid in this one?
No, they do not.
Oh. Okay.
And no T-Rex hybrid either on this one either.
I thought maybe if they were looking for this girl's DNA, what they really wanted to do was use the perfect human clone DNA and cross it with the dino
That'd
DNA.
be pretty fucking sweet.
That could be the whole next 3 movies, Travis.
But anyway,
The next trilogy.
so I thought it was better than the 39% it's getting.
So
but I mean,
what would you say, a 50%?
high 50s, low 60s.
How are they not running out of this dinosaur DNA, by the way?
What do you mean?
Like, they had this dinosaur DNA.
They didn't a mosquito.
I was about to say, it just takes a little molecule. That's all you need.
But how many molecules do they have?
You just put it in a 3D printer, Travis.
You
once
print
they
some
got
more
it, they got it.
molecules?
And then, like, you make them fuck to make more. Right?
Yeah, and now that dinosaurs are in the world, you can just have endless
farm 'em.
DNA.
Okay, I thought you needed the original dinosaur DNA to be creating all of these other dinos.
Wait, what? No, wait. Wasn't there a thing where they were all female? They were all female, right?
The first,
Yeah, because they
the first movie,
extracted
that's
it from
what
that
it's supposed to be.
weird
Yeah.
fly that was like, wasn't it in like a rose-colored stone or something, like
Amber,
glass? Like
amber.
they pulled it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, amber.
I mean, in the long run, Travis, who gives a shit, right? I mean, like,
How'd they give?
don't
how
think
did
about
they
it
give
too
them
much.
dicks?
Yeah, we got dinosaurs from a mosquito. Be like, oh, well, how'd you get all the different ones? Be like, we had a lot of mosquitoes, right?
Well, in this one, the bad bug is this like Cretaceous locust.
Oh, are bugs the enemy in this one now?
Ish.
All right. So I don't rush out and see it. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time with it, but I knew what I was getting into. I was just there to see the dinosaurs
And you saw them.
and enjoy myself. And I saw the dinosaurs and I enjoyed myself.
There you go. Travis, last week we teased it on the table here, we do have the Coca-Cola Starlight.
Presented by Amazon Prime and The Boys.
I thought that the king of colas, he could probably give it a swig and taste it.
So it says space flavored.
It's space flavored, yeah.
What do you think? What would you say that bottle of Coca-Cola Starlight is chilled to? A nice 33 degrees.
It was chilled to something before he brought it out.
It was in the fridge. I gave him a cup with ice.
I always feel like you need, right before you're going to serve a 20-ounce bottle, you should throw it in the freezer for about 5 minutes.
Give me a little shot of that, bud. Give me a little shot so that I could give it a taste. It's red. I don't know what I think about that.
Say, it's been on the table for about 20 minutes, so it's not as cold as it could be.
Travis, I have the original King of Cola's theme song. Do you want to hear that?
Absolutely.
Or okay, well, we'll.
You know I do.
We'll do the whole lead in. Some cans, most of them red. I will not drink them, you will instead. 'Cause you got the mouth America trusts. Really went for it on this one, didn't I, Travis? But there's 12 choices, so good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Tell me which one's Pepsi and which one is Coke. Give them a ranking. Inform all these folks. You don't have labels. I guess you do. You don't have names. It's the space one. All you have is your mouth to play this sweet game. Travis, I tasted it. I'll reserve my judgment for after Drunk tastes it.
Yeah, and to remind the folks at home, what was the ultimate cola?
Stars and Stripes from Dollar Tree.
Yeah, Dollar Tree. It has a 3-liter of Stars and Stripes cola. Drunk tried 12 colas. He's since tried other colas we've added to it, but at the time, he taste tested 12 colas and determined that Stars and Stripes cola was the best cola.
And I bought it a couple times since and very much enjoyed it.
It's good stuff.
Shout out to Dollar Tree.
So we're adding to it. We have a Starlight Cola. Drunk. Give it a swig.
Presented by the Amazon Prime and The Boys.
So, it's good going down. Has a bit of an aftertaste, but the aftertaste I do not hate.
I kind of got like a cookie vibe from it. It almost has like a baked taste to it.
When you go to the website, it says something about sparkling, and that gave me a bit of a pause because I'm not about the sparkling water phase that's going on right now. So, yeah.
I don't like it, Travis.
You know the sparkling just means carbonated, right?
Yeah.
And all colas are carbonated?
I get it.
In the chat, Maul recommends Faygo, Travis, which I have not been able to procure us any Faygo.
Faygo is hard to find in St. Louis.
For Drunk to try. If I ever see it somewhere, I'll get it, and we'll add it to the list.
If you really want, Faygo's everywhere in Wisconsin. So
you guys got Jolt up there? Because Jolt is hard to find in St. Louis, too.
I can't remember the last time I've seen Jolt. Actually, that was obviously a childhood favorite. But Faygo is almost like the store brand for our chain of
I
quick
think Faygo's
trip
bigger
stores.
up north than it is in the Midwest.
The Insane Clown Posse. They
So
like
now I'm
the
going to try
Faygo.
it on ice.
It tries at Jolt Cola. I used to go get that at the Fluorescent Dairy, and then I'd just act crazy. I'd be like, "Whoa, guys, I had a jolt," you know.
Right.
Jolted.
Yeah.
Whether it
20
did anything or
ounces.
not.
Back in the day when they used to actually, make 20 ounces.
Yeah, I'd have a friend over for the weekend. I think it was, we'd rent a Nintendo game and play through it, but it was always the two stops that we'd make. We'd grab the kid, we'd go to the store, we'd get a 12-pack of Jolt Cola, then head to the video store to pick out what Nintendo game we wanted, and then proceed to just slam that 12-pack of Jolt and play through like Rocket Ranger on NES.
Fuck yeah.
So you know what it
Travis.
tastes like? And the people from the South don't know what I'm talking about here. It kind of tastes like a Big Red.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a weird aftertaste.
Oh, like a cherry-ish?
I don't like it.
Yeah. Like a cherry
It's
cream
Big Red.
soda almost.
Big Red is like RC Cola's cherry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a cherry cream.
Yeah. Starlight.
Travis, coming up after the break, we're going to talk to Michael J. Bowen. He wrote a book about his life. It's kind of interesting, Travis. I'm looking forward to talking to him. He was an extra in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Raw Deal. And so then he's leaving from being in Raw Deal. Oh, by the way, he was dressed up like a transvestite. He was in like a transvestite bar. He was an extra in the background, dressed up like a transvestite.
Oh, is there a transvestite bar scene like in Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So
I
they're-
forgot.
They're
Rock.
talking about Surge in the comments. We still have Surge here.
You can get it at Quick Trip.
You can get it a lot of places.
So, Travis, I'm going through Raw Deal earlier, right? Great movie, by the way. All the Arnold movies are great. It's one of those early ones.
Yep.
And
What's your favorite Arnold movie?
Commando.
Yeah, mine too.
You guys were without a doubters on that one. Huh?
I was watching, looking for Mike. I couldn't find him, but I pulled a good Arnold clip from Raw Deal.
We got a call. Somebody thought there was some trouble here.
Well, the boys were having some trouble with their makeup.
Yeah, good one. So,
the 1980s.
Michael, he films for one day as an extra on this movie, and then he's pulling out, still dressed like a transvestite. It's not his like normal garb, He's just being silly for the movie, and gets fucking rocked. Like another car hits him and fucks him all up, right? And yeah, so he had a long road to recovery. It's interesting. Looking forward to talking to him, Travis. I don't know. I know you saw it. I don't know if Drunk saw it. Drunk, did you see Angry Tom Hanks this week?
Nope.
Okay, so these guys are following Tom Hanks on like a street, right?
Okay.
Trying to get his autograph.
Just picture any scene on the street where Tom Hanks is walking out of a building. A million paparazzi,
Sure,
a bunch
sure.
of fans.
His birthday's getting ready to come up too.
Travis, I'm really excited because if you watch it, there's a supervillain origin story in here because the guy who bumps into Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife. I don't know if you know that.
Right.
The guy who bumps into Rita Wilson totally blames it on this other guy. And Tom Hanks yells at the other guy who got blamed for it. It wasn't him. It was the guy that hit him, that said shit. So I got the clip.
Back the fuck off! What are y'all doing? What do you want? People are crazy, bro. Knock it over my wife. Yeah, they're bugging.
They're bugging. What are y'all doing? You know what? He's the one.
Knocking over my wife. And the funny thing about that, if you watch the video, and I encourage everybody to do so, she kind of just stutter steps.
Yeah.
It's like if you kind of trip over like a doorway encroachment or whatever, but you catch yourself immediately, like nothing bad happens.
Yeah, no,
That's
they didn't knock over his wife. They startled his wife.
Like you're kind of funnily getting on the first step of the elevator or escalator, rather.
It's exactly that. There was no danger of her ever going to the ground, but here we are.
But it's the greatest clip ever, Drunk, because Tom Hanks makes eye contact with this little nerdy white boy, and like the camera pans to him, and he's looking like, I didn't do shit, Tom Hanks.
He's got like glasses and a buzz cut. It's funny because like his jaws extended out past his chest, and his like long neck has got like these veins poking out of it.
This motherfucker made Tom Hanks yell at me. You know what I'm saying, Travis? I made something. I'm pretty. I don't think that other people will think it's funny, but it tickled me to death to make this, Travis. I want to share it with you.
Back the fuck off! Back the fuck off!
That tickled me to death, Travis. I'll tell you. I was having so much fun sitting in here fucking around with Tom Hanks yelling "Back the fuck off."
There's got to be other songs that you can put in, like "You're knocking over my wife."
Something with Woody, I imagine, Travis. I could have fun with that for days. I could just sit here and make stuff for myself.
Play like the intro to "You've Got a Friend in Me," like the whistling and the.
Travis, what's going on with the Flash guy? The guy who's playing the Flash? I have seen.
So
he like kidnapped somebody?
Yeah. So the deal with, I mean, obviously people have seen what's going on with Ezra Miller. He's obviously an unhinged person, or they. I'm sorry, they are obviously.
Oh, is he a they?
Person. Yeah, he's a they.
Okay.
So initially, I think didn't he got busted for freaking out in a karaoke bar and jerking the microphone out of somebody's hand while they were singing and telling like the boyfriend or husband of that gal that he was going to kick their asses or some shit, and he was throwing chairs around. Then he got busted, I think, at somebody's home because he said he was going to kill him and her wife, whatever.
So are all these things happening like back to back to back, or are we just finding out about a series of?
Within like these incidents happened within like I want to say a week of each other, and it was all in Hawaii. But these newest allegations against Ezra Miller are from a gal's parents, where apparently there was a young fan of Ezra Miller's, and I believe initially when they first had contact, she was like 12 and he was like 26.
Oh no.
And then like I think something about like they went on a trip together and a bunch of crazy shit's happening. But essentially what it's boiled down to right now is that Ezra Miller is essentially kidnapped like a 15-year-old girl, even though she says everything is all good and she's fine and you know there's no issues. She's a 15-year-old girl, and her parents obviously want her back, but they can't track down Ezra Miller to arrest him now. So he's off the grid with some 15-year-old girl, and you know, I mean, that's essentially what the newest controversy is with Ezra.
So, Travis, is this Flash movie? Is it just not gonna? Because they filmed the fucking thing, right? It's in the can. The Flash.
Yeah,
movie.
it's ready to rock. Michael Keaton's return as Batman is everything's in the can. It's ready to go, but they just keep encountering more and more issues with Ezra Miller that I would find that it's probably harder and harder to release this thing.
And Christopher Plummer's dead, so we can't use him anymore.
Yeah, you can't put him in there. There was actually talk about what are they going to do? Are they going to recast and they're going to reshoot him? But you have to understand that this is a Flash movie, and Ezra Miller is the Flash, so he's probably in 90% of this DC movie that they probably spent $300 million on already.
Travis, okay, so part of insurance now is you just have another guy film all the scenes while you're filming the scenes with them. Just
like quickly right away after you film the first set.
Yeah, like when he goes back to his trailer, you just throw in another flash in case you need to recut the whole fucking thing. Because I mean, you don't want to recut
like
the
how do
whole
we do
thing.
that with movies in general? We'd have to film the understudies for every single part, right?
And just be like, all right, Ezra, this is just in case. Of course, you're still going to be the Flash, unless for some reason you kidnap a 15-year-old or something.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have to do that with every character?
You'd have to do that with everything, yeah, or I guess the main star.
Probably
Some
just the
people you
main
could
stuff,
just
'cause
green screen Tignataro over.
You could cut out secondary characters,
Yeah.
right? Like you can just be like, oh no, we're chopping that out. But when you're talking about the main person, yeah, it's like, hey, we're just shooting for safety, Ezra. This is in case you lose your mind in a karaoke bar and throw chairs at patrons.
Right.
And maybe, you know, if that's not the case, maybe if you like break into somebody's house and threaten to kill the husband and wife, or maybe not that, you know, because that probably won't happen. If you kidnap a 15-year-old girl. I mean, obviously there's no way all of those things are going to happen, but if one of those things happen to happen, you know, we got to cover our ass.
But I mean, that Marky Mark movie had a little bit of Kevin Spacey in it. So they were able to just kind of figure it out. But like if it had been Marky Mark who fucked up, well, then you got a whole can of worms, Travis. And we spent a lot of money on this movie where, like, if we were already setting up the car chase scene, just do it with another guy real quick while you already got the car chase there.
Well, and that's the thing with the car chase, you just have the car chase. So you can you can film around that because nobody's going to notice the actual car chase, but the cheap thing to refilm would be just to film them in the driver's seat pretending that they're driving a car. So the problem with this is you're not going to get two A-listers, right? So if you're shooting for safety for like Marky Mark and you got, I don't know, some random Star Series actor, right? You have him on retainer.
It could be their big break, Travis.
Right. Well, and it's not even going to be their big break because what we're doing is we're shooting this big budget movie to release in theaters. But if we get fucked by the main star, this is going directly to Paramount Plus.
Won't we just be happy to have the Flash movie and have Michael Keaton come back as Batman? And I mean, like, yeah, the Flash is in it, and it's not who we thought was going to be the Flash, but we're still getting it, right?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
And thank God we don't have to watch that kidnap guy.
Who gives a shit anyway? Just put the movie out. You can't do that.
They gotta worry about their box office. Yeah. You know, that's just like the controversy with Amber Heard being in Aquaman 2. You know, they're freaking out about that. And,
I don't know.
But yeah,
I think they should put her in it just because it'd be fucking hilarious.
Drop it on HBO Max. Who gives two shits?
Make it a Muppet. Don't explain it. Just put a Muppet in it. It's like Fozzie Bear's The Flash. Don't explain anything. So, guys, we'll be back. Stick around. It's time once again for the Hollywood Beat with your inside source, Drunk. And this week, Drunk talks to Miles Teller about his new film, Top Gun Maverick, in theaters now.
Did you have fun working with Tom Cruise, or was it an absolute fucking nightmare?
Tom has taught us all how to film an action sequence. That is something that when I first was watching playback of what I was doing, I would think I was doing very dynamic, interesting, intense work, and I'd watch it back and it would just seem flat.
Is that maybe on account you were scared shitless because you're not a real pilot?
I know Tom didn't want it to be any green screen. He wanted all the actors to be in the jets. That's something we signed up for. I don't think any of us really knew how tough that would be, myself included.
Blink twice if you need help.
WFO!
And now, Drunk reads our iTunes reviews in his Wolverine voice.
From Too Honest ASF. You called me. Why did you call me? 5 stars. Thanks, Too Honest ASF.
Want Drunk to read yours? Rate and review us on iTunes.
Now, paint that picture in your head. Once again, WFOD. Wheelbarrow full of dicks.
guys, welcome back. Our guest tonight is an author whose memoir, The Viewfinder, Michael's Story, can be purchased now on Amazon or Barnes & Nobles. For more information, visit anchorspublishing.com. Guys, Michael J. Bowen is on the program. Michael, how's it going, man?
Hey, Mike, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Michael, I'm fascinated by this story. It's interesting to me. I guess would you call this like a life flashing before your eyes? I guess that's what we would call this.
Yeah, yeah, in a way, it was I in my book I kind of classified as a spiritual intervention. It's the best way I could describe it. Yeah.
So, Travis, what happened? Michael went to be an extra in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It was Raw Deal. And there was a scene in a nightclub. I guess it was like a transvestite club. And so Michael dresses up in a get-up, which is uncommon for him, is not his usual clothing, and goes to be in this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Michael, did you make the final cut of the movie, Raw Deal? Are you in it?
Yeah, it's as an extra, you hope to be in it for a couple of seconds, and it just so happened one of the key grips for the movie was a friend of Schwarzenegger, and he had heard about my accident and came to the hospital and was just very friendly to my parents and gave me a lot of support and comfort. And that was one of the things I asked him. I said, Arnold, what's the chances my part's going to end up on the cutting floor? He said, I'll make sure it doesn't. So, yeah, I'm in there for about 2 seconds.
Well, it's 2 seconds. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So you
I'm interested in being in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie for 2 seconds. Like, that sounds great.
So, how did you find out about it? Like, was it in the paper or something? How do you even...
No.
Because, it doesn't sound like something...
Yeah, no, where we live, I went to school at the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, and there is a movie studio here. Now it's called Screen Gems movie studio. And Schwarzenegger was doing probably one of his least successful movies called Raw Deal, and they had scouts that would come out to the university looking for extras for movies, and I just so happened to be in the, I guess you can say, right place at the right time. They were looking for extras to play all these different characters in this bar scene, and mine happened to be a transvestite. So I needed the $50 it was going to pay as a starving college student, and that was how it came about.
So you're pulling out from being in the background of this movie, and somebody sideswipes you, right? And you're in like a awful car crash. I guess you're in a I think I read you're in like a VW Bug. So those I don't think those are known for safety, Michael. The VW. Oh, they are. Oh,
no. In fact, my car was a converted Baja Bug, so something similar to a dune buggy, and so you can picture because I didn't get out of character when I left the movie set. I decided, I would just jump in my car dressed as a transvestite, and hopped in my car, and as soon as I drove off the set, I pulled in an intersection and didn't see oncoming car, and it hit me on my driver's side.
And I think I read that one of your last thoughts was, "Oh man, they're gonna come find me like this and not know that this isn't how I usually dress."
Oh yeah, I mean this was the '80s. This was 1985, and it was at the height of the AIDS epidemic. And it was when you get injured, a lot of things swirl through your mind, and I'm not sure why that was so hard pressed on, but it was. I wanted to make sure I was getting taken care of, and of course, paramedics did a great job.
So you described that when this happened, like your mind just kind of went to like a bunch of memories of when you were a kid, and I guess that's like a near-death experience. I think other people have described that as like your life flashing before your eyes. I guess is that like a defense mechanism? Yeah. Is that like your body protecting you from what would you describe that as?
Yeah, that's what I thought at the time when I had my accident. When the car hit me on the driver's side, it catapulted me to the passenger side, and when it did, my body hit the door, but my head and neck had no support, and so it broke my neck and hit the windshield. The driver's side window broke my neck, and when I came to, I'm not sure how much, not too much longer than after I had the accident, I tried to move and realized that I was paralyzed from the neck down. And I was a college athlete, college center player at UNC Wilmington. All I could think of was that's the end of my career, and it was as if, like you said, it was more than my conscious mind could comprehend, and I just remember passing out, and that's when the pictures just kind of flashed before me of my childhood, and it was, kind of a life-death experience. I thought my life was flashing before me.
Wow. And so you were paralyzed. How long were you paralyzed?
I was paralyzed for the first month, about a month and a week. I was a full quadriplegic.
Jeez. Travis, you're muted. I see you trying to talk, but you're muted.
Michael, that's terrifying. Were the doctors optimistic when you were in the hospital? Did they say, hey, this is a temporary thing? Or were they like, we can work on this? What was the prognosis the entire time that you, like you said, were a quadriplegic?
The prognosis was simply they don't know. With spinal injuries, and still today with all the super steroids and advances in surgery, it's still today that there's a period of 6 to 8 weeks, which is called spinal shock. They just don't know, and that was the case with me, is trying to figure out if I would remain a complete quadriplegic, or there'd be an opportunity for me to get some return back.
So what was the moment of return to that? Like what was it like it is in the movies, where all of a sudden somebody's toes start wagging or their fingers start wagging and they're like, oh shit, we're in a good place. We're in a good place to go. Like, did you have that breakthrough moment where things are going to look up?
Yeah, in the book, I describe those moments where you're just astonished when you have the smallest amount of return. And for me, the very first sign was with my first in-hospital therapist. We were she was just putting my legs through range of motion, and I happened to move my big toe on my own. Unbeknownst to me, it moved on my own. And she said, "Did you move your toe?" And I said, "I don't think so." And then, just kind of concentrating on closing my eyes and remembering what it was like to move my toe. And, there you go. And so it was a very gradual process of getting return of certain body parts.
I imagine that if something like that happens, and it's really exciting that you can move your toe again, then you kind of realize maybe you've been taking things for granted. And it looks like you kind of changed your life path considerably after this event. And it says that you rode your bike across the country 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, the book is full of different messages. It's more than just my recovery. It's about rekindling my relationship with my parents because they played such a integral part in my recovery. It's about learning life lessons from these pictures that I saw while I was laying in my car because I was such a hellion when I was a small boy. And so there are all these life lessons that are that are in the book. And then, as you were just alluding to, there's the recovery part. And in one specific part, much later in the book, I have a dream that I am bicycling this stationary bike that I had learned to use in the rehab center. The therapist would hook my wheelchair up to the back of it, and I would ride this stationary bike, pedal it. And I had this dream that I would pedal across the country and visit rehab centers and patients. And,
Oh, Travis, that was a dream, Travis.
Yeah, bicycling across America.
Yeah. So, Michael, are you? Do you still have like issues from that crash, or are you like fully recovered at this point? And because I know you.
Oh no. No, and I've been very blessed. I'm one of the few quadriplegics, especially back in the 80s, that learned to walk again. But I still I never regained feeling from the neck down, and I still have residual paralysis on my right side. Oh. And so, no, you can't say I had a full recovery. I just had a very good recovery. And
so you learned really how to walk, but you still have no feeling below your neck?
Yes, and a lot of people, especially are not familiar with spinal injuries. You have sensory feeling, which is touch feeling, but then there's a pressure feeling of if someone squeezes my arm. I know they're squeezing my arm. If I'm standing on my feet, I can feel the pressure of the floor pressing against my feet, but I cannot feel the touch. And so that was the reason why I was able to learn to walk again, because of that pressure feeling of knowing that I'm standing. But still today, I still look at my feet sometimes to make sure they're going in the right direction.
That's crazy. So the book, it's called Viewfinder, Michael's Story. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Guys, you can read the first chapter if you go to anchorspublishing.com. it's quite a tale, Michael, that you put together this book.
Yeah, I mean, my wife is a very strong writer, and I've had the privilege of working with Jennifer Schaefer, who's a professional editor, and between the three of us, I think it's a good read, and I've gotten a lot of positive reviews. So I'm blessed and thankful for that.
Michael, it is a pleasure talking to you, man. Good luck with the book, and hopefully we can do it again sometime, man.
Guys, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks, Michael.
Man. Take care.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wild story, Travis.
Wild story.
Dressed up like a transvestite.
Well, and think about it. Like, when you think about that, this day and age, you're just like, oh, it's just like a guy dressed like a gal. But like in the 80s, especially for an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
Or like, yeah,
this
this probably happened on Halloween. Plenty of guys
Very
dress up as transvestites on Halloween.
Right. Yeah, no, I think Nancy Reagan was saying, hey, it's all bad, this stuff.
all this stuff is bad.
Yeah.
It's the AIDS.
Travis, Joe Biden, he fell off his bike.
I heard about that. I heard it was hilarious. Like, he didn't put his arms out or nothing.
Did you see some of the there hasn't been an amazing conglomeration of people taking that footage and editing it into other things since Joe Biden fell up the stairs walking up to the plane.
Travis, I didn't really see very many memes. I just saw people that like turned it into a Trump thing. They were saying,
well,
Trump wouldn't ride a bike. Like, can't you just laugh at a guy falling off a bike?
Initially, when I saw it, I was like, this is great. If any president did this, it would be hilarious, and we would turn it into memes. But we're in an age now where if you look 5 minutes longer than you should, it's people like, yeah, this doesn't mean he's unfit to be president, you fucking racist.
No, if Trump fell off a bike, that would be hilarious too.
Also hilarious.
If anybody falls off a bike, it's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the president. The president fell off his bike. It's funny. It's a funny thing to see.
Was it Barstool Sports that did like an amazing like re-edit of him falling off his bike, but it was like him like pinning people in a UFC match, and there was all sorts of really fun shit that they used him just like falling over and over again.
Guys, send me those memes. I didn't see them. If you're listening to this and you know where there's some good memes of the guy falling off his bike, send them to me.
I'm sure they're great.
Yeah, because he's fine. It's great. It's fine. He's the president.
Yeah.
He's alive. He got up. He started riding his bike again. Who gives a shit?
And you're right.
He fell off his bike. It's hilarious.
Trump probably would be bad at riding bikes, but apparently so's Joe Biden. He fell off his bike. It's funny.
Yeah. They're 80-year-old men. What 80-year-old men are good at riding bikes?
Yeah, all old people riding bikes, if they fall off it, it's funny. Or young people.
We used to have the funny talk about 80-year-old men riding, but we used to have this old man who would roller skate, not rollerblade, roller skate down one of our main roads in this town. And he wouldn't just roller skate. He'd wear headphones. I swear to Christ, he probably was using a Walkman because he was using like those old school, where it's like black and then the metal extends to get the earpieces over your ears. And he would like roller dance. Like, I don't know what kind of music he was listening to, but he would like on any given day, like roller dance, like doing little spins and shit. And this guy had to have been, if he wasn't in his 80s, he was 100% in his 70s. And he would just like every day just roller dance down this like road, and everybody like noticed him and things.
And he's wearing like short shorts and a wife beater.
He was with it probably wasn't too far off, to be honest. I pictured short denim shorts and then just normal shirt, but I can't really recall his mode of dress every day. But and to be honest, it was a nice thing to see. Is like, oh, this old man just loves doing roller dances down the road. But I'll tell you what, if he would have fell down, it probably would have been pretty funny.
Absolutely.
Trevor, it's not the things that you think it would be, like the images that flash in front of your mind, like a viewfinder. You know what I'm saying? But do you think that one of them might be that guy calling you a popcorn bitch?
I was thinking about this the other day, actually, and I wondered if things did flash before my eyes. I would wonder if it would be the good things or it would be the traumatizing things, right? Like, I had kind of a sketchy childhood, and
sketchy,
like,
you'd say?
Yeah. I grew up with alcoholic stepdads, and my mom dating random bar owners and things. Like, it's like if I could write a book, there's a lot of stories. Like, on my golden birthday, we went to dinner. I was 12. We came home, and my fairly new cat must have got on the counter and fucking knocked something over or something. And my stepdad grabbed that cat by the tail and swung him around and flipped him up into the ceiling. So, you know, like, there's some traumatizing events through my childhood, and I guess through my life. But I wonder if when your life flashes before your eyes, does your brain default to good things or bad things? Because typically your brain, as a mode of protection, defaults to the worst case scenario. So I wonder if it was in trauma, does it go to the best case scenario or does it go back to the worst case scenarios?
Did you catch all that, Drunk?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I think Drunk's like deep in thought.
Is he taking a nap?
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm thinking about it.
He's
thinking about what you said.
So that's the thing. Is like, do you think that your brain, in a last moment, when it thinks that it's the end, do you think that it defaults to the best
I'm
moments
gonna go.
of your
It depends
life?
on what
like
type of person
movies?
you are. For me, it'll be positive because I'm a positive person. For negative Nancy Mike over here, it's probably gonna be negative.
Travis, when I was 7 years old, me and Jeremy Griner, we were fucking with Rusty. Rusty was a golden retriever, and we were fucking with him, and he bit me. And I still have the stitches. I'll never be a hand model, Travis, because he put a whole bunch of stitches in my hand. And
shouldn't fuck with dags.
I was afraid that I'd get in trouble, and I told my parents that Rusty jumped the fence and attacked me. But that was not the case. I was fucking with Rusty, and I put my hand over the fence. And I think they knew I was lying.
Sure.
I think I was a lying-ass kid, because I think I lied a lot.
Oh, yeah, man. We lived, one of my favorite things about, I think it was probably between second grade and sixth grade, we lived next to a lake in an adjoining town. And so I lived in this lake pretty much. I mean, we'd go out and we'd hang out or whatever. But they had like vending machines and shit. And one of my, and he was probably the bad influence. He was like 2 years older than me. We'd go and we'd like jack, when you used to be able to jack soda machines, when you could just like shove your hand and arm up the chute that the soda would fall down, you could like grab soda out of the machine. You can't do that anymore. There's protective measures that don't move out of the way until you put coins in. But we'd like jack cherry Cokes and shit out of this machine or whatever. And I remember coming home with a cherry Coke one time, and mom being like, "Where'd you get that?" And then I can't remember what the lie was that I tried to formulate.
Friend gave it to me, right?
It eventually just came out that I stole it out of this machine. You know, and then of course all the penance that came with that was like, oh, you got to contact this person and give this person fucking the 25 cents and all that kind of shit.
You got to pay the 25 cents back.
Yeah, and then say, oh, I'm a bad kid. Sorry, I'll never do it again.
Drunk pick of the week. Laura and I have pretty much just nonstop been watching Taskmaster, and we've gotten through 5 seasons of Taskmaster. And after
Netflix or Hulu or
it's just on. It's a British show.
Okay.
What is this about, please?
So this guy, he gives 5 comedians tasks to do, and the tasks are ridiculous.
Oh, Wendy was watching this. Yeah.
So after 5 seasons, Travis, they did the Champion of Champions. So the Champion of Champions is my pick of the week. It's a 2-part special. It's probably years old at this point. But every year, the first season, they just gave out like a cheap bowling trophy because they didn't know that it was going to be a big hit. But then in subsequent seasons, they gave out the Taskmaster's golden head as like the trophy. They made a golden head to give people. And so when they did the Champion of Champions, they had the genius idea of giving them a golden body to attach the golden head to that they had won. But the guy who won the first season and got the bowling trophy won the Champion of Champions and didn't have the golden head, Travis. So he attached
they won the body, but not the head.
Bowling trophy to the golden body. It's stupid. It's stupid show, Travis. But if you check it out, guys, Taskmaster. It's been on for like 100 years. It's like on season 13 now.
This is a BBC show?
Yeah. Drunk pick of the week?
The comeback of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, you calling it?
It's calling it right here, right meow.
You think they got cocky?
6.
In 6, you think?
In 6.
They'd have to win all of them now.
That's how they did the Rangers.
Yeah, but it is the Rangers.
So?
Wow. Travis, he thinks he's going to do it in 6. The
lofty goal.
They got the shit kicked out of them in games 1 and 2. Game 3, they did pretty good.
Now they got to win out?
He thinks they're going to do it in 6.
Just going to win right out, huh?
He's going to win all the rest. Wow.
Huh.
You think it'll probably go 7, right?
6.
Travis, pick of the week?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, pick of the week this week. I just started watching today Under the Banner of Heaven, starring Andrew Garfield as an LDS practicing police detective. I believe this is based on a true story. It takes place in the 1980s. It's the murder of a high-standing member of the Latter-day Saints community, and then the investigation that follows. So far, I'm like an episode and 3/4 into it. There's only 7 episodes. So far, I love the tone, love the acting, love the story.
Can't really trust those LDS folks.
LDS.
Very, very
Latter-day
good stuff.
Saints, Mormons?
Yeah, Mormons. Latter-day Saints, Mormons. It's on Hulu.
The guy
it's an
who found
FX
it on
show.
the tablets?
Yeah. Dum, that one.
Yeah, that's weird. Shouldn't do that.
Knock on your door and do you met Lord and Savior Jesus
That's
Christ?
not the guy on the boat, though. That's Scientologist, right?
Yeah.
Scientologist was on the boat.
Yeah, the boat was
UFO
Scientologist. The
though,
Scientologist has got to do with aliens and shit. The Mormons are, it's like magic underwear, and they don't believe in original sin.
And Jesus, he was an Indian, right? Wasn't Jesus an Indian?
Yeah.
I don't think. Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the
maybe.
Garden of Eden was in Jackson, Missouri.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That is a likely story, right?
If
Yeah,
you
it's
ever been
all
to Jackson, Missouri,
everywhere.
guarantee you the Garden of Eden wasn't there. 1,000%.
All of these random religions, it all seems super plausible.
Maybe we need to figure this all out, Travis.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Something about protozoa and evolution and how nothing means anything.
Protozoa, which one's that?
Yeah, come from puddle of goo.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably it.
I would think. Something about an explosion. You used to be a single cell organism, now you're not.
No, I'm a whole bunch of cells, Travis. Probably too many.
Now you can go order a triple chalupa from Taco Bell. We've come very far.
Are they back?
Look how excited he got.
Talking about the universe, talking about religions. Get drunk on the chalupa, Travis.
I love what triple chalupa did. It's so good. I'm Joe Bannon.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
for listening to this installment of WFOD. To enjoy our back catalog, visit WFODshow.com. Be sure to share the show with a friend. Thank you to our Patreon sponsors for their continued support. Bad Poet Society, the Rabbit Poundings, Valerie Carpenter, Brian Kranz, and our North Star, Liquid Lozenge. If you would like to donate to keep this pirate ship afloat, visit patreon.com/WFODix. Follow us on social media. Email any of us with our name and at WFODshow.com in the end. Or leave us a voicemail at 636-487-HAND.com. We'll be back next week. Hey, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch or Apple Podcasts or .com or Stitcher or wherever it is that you listen to it. Subscribe to it so that you get the newest episodes as soon as. Yeah, thanks. See you next week. Bye. .com.
Travis.
Yeah, buddy.
Is it for real that the triple loop is back?
Pulled that out of my ass.
Oh, dude.
I was thinking about the triple lupa, though. I don't know why that came out at that exact time.
Which one's the triple lupa?
Where it's got like, it comes in a long thing and it's got like 3 mini chalupas on it. And one's Chipotle, one's Supreme, and one's like, I don't know, got some corn sauce in it or something.
Corn sauce?
The corn one is...
Corn sauce.
The corn one is the worst.
And you can just break it apart and eat your mini chalupa.
I love a chalupa.
Dude, so long as you get them within the first 10 minutes of them coming out the fryer.
Oh, if you're getting a stale chalupa, there's nothing worse than a stale chalupa. The last time I got there was like a chalupa $5 box a handful of months ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. It comes with like a chalupa and a Doritos Locos and like some other bullshit. Like, I'm so excited for it. And I took it back to work and I dug into the chalupa and it was fucking stale. It was so sick.
Yeah, you got to eat the chalupa first. No matter what you get.
Yeah.
You got to eat the chalupa first.
Yeah, you're almost better off if you want to order a chalupa, you eat it there. You can't take it anywhere.
What was that thing that used to come in the plastic thing and had that like sour kind of red sauce all over it?
Enchilito.
Yeah, those were good. I like those.
Yeah.
They don't make those no more, do they?
Nope, they don't make the Mexi Melt anymore either.
Man,
you guys got Taco John's by you?
No.
Oh,
they have them in the college towns in Missouri, but not here.
Okay, because they have and it comes and goes. No, they have two different things. One's called a quesarito, where they make like a quesadilla and then they wrap it around a bunch of shit. And it's like burrito quesarito. But then they like do these queso, I don't know what they call them, but they're like queso tacos. So they like make a quesadilla. And then they fill it like it's a taco, and they're very similar to a chalupa, where they're super, super good, but you can't let them sit too long because the way that the quesadillas sit, like all of the juices and shit can soak into it, and they get like fucking nasty. So you got to eat them like immediately. Yeah. But if you do, they're really, really good.
Yeah. So we go in waves with Del Taco too. We'll not have it for 10 years, and then we will have it for 10 years. We won't have it for 10 years.
Yeah, they kind of come and go.
We just got a Qdoba. Unfortunately, it took the spot of the Hardee's that we had in town.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You know, there's a Hardee's on my way home from work, Travis, but they close at 2:00 in the afternoon.
All of them do, it seems like.
That's strange.
They can't find workers.